Oh, there he is.
Hello, Andrew. Thumbs up means I can go, right? Jesse, I'm good.
Yep, all good.
Okay. This meeting of the Millburn Short Hills Business Organization Incorporated, January 13th, 2022 is hereby called to order. Tracy, can you please read the sunshine compliance statement?
Yes. Notice of the time, date, location, and agenda of this meeting, to the extent known, was provided at least 48 hours prior to the commencement of this meeting in the following manner, pursuant to the provisions of NJSA 10-4-6, the Open Public Meetings Act. Notice was posted in Town Hall and the Township's website by notification to newspapers on December 22nd, 2021 of the schedule for 2022, and by providing notice to the Township Clerk. A notice of a change from hybrid to fully electronic was provided to the item on January 6th, 2021, and appeared in the same on January 13th. That should have said 2022, January 13th, 2022. Notice was provided on the Township website and on social media on January 11th, 2022.
Thank you, Tracy. And just before we go to the salute to the flag, originally this was it's on the agenda as also live streaming on YouTube. I believe we're having some technical difficulties, but we are on Zoom and in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act. Can we have the salute to the flag, please? I'll start. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so we have here with us a new board member. Ashley Schultz is joining us. As I believe we mentioned at the last meeting, Nadej Nickel has completed her term. She has a lot on her plate and she did a wonderful job for us. And I'm sure she'll still be involved, but she will no longer be on the board. Ashley is no stranger to this community, certainly, and his family is not. And they've been part of this business community for decades. And we're really excited to have him on and joining the board and bringing his expertise. And he's got feet in 2 of our different districts, which is also a nice plus. So Ashley, if you just wanted to introduce yourself to everybody who's here and who's watching at home.
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me, and I look forward to doing a lot of great things with you guys. And like Michael said, owning property and also spending a number of years in downtown, near the corner of Main and Millburn Avenue, I got the feel for what it's like to be down there, and also what it's like to be up in the upper side now, where we've merged with Blaustein Company and now since bought out Lloyd Perkel, the owner of Blaustein. But I just look forward to doing good things and bringing my my perspective, and I think I have a pretty wide range of that, of what's going on in town, and what not only property owners want, but also tenants and business owners. So look forward to working with you guys.
Thanks, Ashley. And what I should have mentioned is Ashley is filling one of our property owner seats on the board. He also runs the business, doesn't just own the property. So again, I appreciate your unique talents and perspective you're going to bring to us.
Thank you.
Okay, Sid mission statement. Purpose of a special improvement district is to promote, grow, and support local businesses, property owners, residents, and visitors. Millburn Township Sid ordinance designates a new district management corporation whose mission is to encourage the economic, cultural, and social vitality of Millburn Township through increased marketing and visibility, improved and renewed infrastructure, and local business development and engagement. Approval of minutes. Tracy.
Michael, just before we do that, you do need a roll call for this.
I forgot the roll call. I apologize. Tracy, I jumped. Roll call, please.
Yeah. Jumala Kogan is not present tonight. Tracy Katz-Levine, I am here. Andrew Morgan.
Here.
Michael Parlavecchio.
Here.
Richard Wasserman.
Here.
Oh, sorry, I went out of my alphabetical order. I should have said Ashley Schultz,
Here.
Stephen Weiner,
Here.
and then Jesse Molman for Alex McDonald,
Here.
and Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg.
Here.
Great, thanks. Sorry for jumping out of order. Approval of minutes, again, Tracy, we have has circulated the minutes from our December 16th, 2021 meeting. Does anybody have any corrections or deletions, additions to that? If not, can we have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion for Steve Weiner. Second was Richard Wasserman. The roll call.
And I'm assuming Ashley would not be voting because Ashley was not.
No, he does. He
At the
can
meeting.
abstain.
Yeah.
He can
Okay.
abstain from this.
Okay. Tracy Katz Levine, yes. Andrew Morgan,
Yes.
Michael Parlavecchio.
Yes.
Okay, Ashley Schultz. You're abstain. Abstain.
I abstain.
Okay. Richard Wasserman,
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Michael, before we get to the public comments,
Hi.
we do
Yes,
need
sir.
to take the oath of office, and Ryan was going to administer that virtually.
Fantastic.
How would you like me to proceed? Do you want me to go individually?
Uh,
And does everybody taking, so board members who are starting a new term would need to take the oath of office. Anyone who's still in the midst of their term doesn't, just because it's a new year. They're still in their term.
I think Ashley's the only, is he the only one who needs to take the new oath of office?
I think I was only a one-year term. and
Okay.
So I'm a new
Okay.
term.
So maybe we could group them that, maybe both Tracy and Ashley can do it together and just do their name. What do you think, Brian?
That's, if it's fine with me, if Tracy
Okay.
and Ashley,
If you
you
guys don't
comfortable with
mind.
that?
Fine with me?
Sure.
Okay. Now I can see both of you. I'll ask you both to raise your right hand, please. And repeat after me. Thank you. I state your name,
I,
Ashley Schultz,
Tracy Katz Levine,
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States
do solemnly
solemnly
swear
swear
and
or affirm that
I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same
and I will bear true
faith and
and
allegiance
allegiance
to the same
and to the governments established in the United States
and to the
and to the
governments
governments
established in the United States
and in this state
and in this
in this
state
state,
under the authority of the people.
under the authority of the people.
people.
I do further solemnly swear
I do
I do
further
further
solemnly
solemnly
swear
that I will faithfully, impartially, and justly
That I
that I will
will
faithfully, impartially, and justly
perform all the duties of the office of the Millburn Short Hills Business Organization, Inc. Board of Trustees. How about I break that up? Hold on. That I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
that I will
faithfully, impartially, and justly perform
perform
all the duties of the office
all the
all
duties
the duties of the office
of the Millburn Short Hills Business Organization, Inc. Board of Trustees,
of
of
the Millburn Short Hills Business
Business Organization,
Organization,
Inc.
Inc. Board of Trustees,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of
according
my
to the best
ability.
of my ability.
Congratulations, you've both been sworn in as trustees of Explore Millburn Short Hills. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
And Stephen, what do we also have to do for officers or?
We were going to do that later in the.
Okay, tremendous.
You can go to public comment now if you'd like.
Okay, public comment. Now at the portion where the public has an opportunity to speak. Whenever an audience or committee member reads or trustee reads from a prepared statement, please provide a copy to Tracy at explore@millburnshorthills.org, and I believe we have received some. Speakers are asked to limit their comments to 3 minutes. While I generally give people a little benefit of the doubt while they're in the middle of the thought, I ask you to start wrapping up when I ask you to wrap up. We're all remote tonight. I do have a clock, which you can trust me to use at 3 minutes. So if we have people in the queue, Jesse, can you let us know?
Yep, we have one person. I'll bring her on.
Okay,
now.
sure.
Hi, good evening. Happy New Year to everyone. I'd like to, on behalf of Mr. Feld, read into the record the questions that were submitted as of January 13th, and make sure that they are read into the record. When will I receive a response to my 11 written questions submitted November 10th, 2021? Because the SID is funded with taxpayers' trust fund monies, are all SID board members and the SID executive director required to take an oral and written NJSAA 41A-1-1 oath of office and oath of allegiance? 3, if so, were these oaths properly administered in 2020, 2021, and 2022? 3, if so, 4, have all appropriate persons executed and acknowledged the SID conflict of interest and compensation policy in 2021 and 22? 5, in 2021, did the local governing body consider and take official action on Mr. Grillo's 2021 salary and compensation pursuant to section 7.01 of the SID's bylaws, especially in keeping with Justice Alito's recognition today of the importance of notice and comment? 6, pursuant to section 3.02 of the SID's bylaws, what is the SID's current, as of September 2021, membership of district property owners and district tenants? 7, do district tenants pay any annual membership fee or assessment to the SID, or are they receiving a, quote, free lunch, unquote, at the expense of all Millburn real property taxpayers? 8, with respect to the proposed December 16th, 2021 SID meeting minutes, where is the documentary evidentiary support for committee person Wasserman's economic engine, in quotes, administration report, assertion, and conclusion? 9, with respect to the proposed December 16th, 21 SID meeting minutes, on what basis or inside information did the SID attorney draw the conclusion that a mediator would not be appointed pursuant to the terms and spirit of the September 24th, 21 Bear Properties Case Management Order? Number 10, in accordance with section 9.03 of the SID's bylaws, when was the SID's CY 2022 business budget submitted to the clerk and township committee for approval? 11, is there an inconsistency between sections 9.03 and 9.04 of the bylaws as to when the annual report and the annual budget must be submitted to the local governing body? 12, under what statutory or case law authority did the SID executive director opine that the township was obligated to pay $53,000 to the SID, and that he expected this $53,000 payment to be made in January 2022, prior to the introduction and adoption of the SID's 2022 budget and the township's 2022 budget? 13, should SID
Ms.
meeting minutes,
Go ahead. You still have some time.
thank you, reflect the designated owner, operator, and resident class membership of each SID board member? 14, should SID meeting minutes reflect the time that the meeting was adjourned? 15, in connection with,
Can I just ask you to start wrapping up, Ms. Pasternak?
I
That was
have
3
5
minutes.
more. Is that okay?
No, 5 is a lot. So can you give me
Well-
one more and then we can read them into the record?
Oh, good. Okay, I'll finish off with number 15. In connection with the 2021 annual meeting notices, is there evidentiary proof that the board secretary complied with section 3.03 of the bylaws? And that's now left off at number 15 of his
Number 15.
question. Yep,
Okay.
and those, the ones from November were also on the list to be read.
Okay, so what we,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you for coming in. Obviously, we can't respond to all those right now, but I assume we'll review those, Steve, and we'll endeavor to respond to those. Okay, and we'll make that letter, Tracy will make that letter a part of our record and part of our minutes of this meeting, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Jesse, anybody else on the line?
Yes, one additional person.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
Good evening.
Hi, Mrs. Urso. I have a timer, so go ahead and I'll start your clock. 3 minutes.
Okay, thank you so
welcome.
much. Happy New Year. just like to take a moment. I'm recognition and acknowledging the letter that was submitted to this board from Jeffrey Feld. And I would like to finish where Ms. Pasternak, number 15, in connection with the calendar year 2021 annual meeting notices, is there any evidentiary proof that the board secretary complied with section 303.03 of the bylaws? Number 16, who drafted and approved tonight's agenda prior to its posting? Tonight's agenda prior to its posting. 17, why are annual procedurally recognition matters not occurring in the start of the meeting? Number 18, why isn't there any agenda action item and proposed resolution identifying and memorializing all SID subcommittee appointments? Number 19, did Mr. Grillo approach the high school principal before posting a video on Happy Millburn? Number 20, prior to filming and posting a video on Happy Millburn, did Mr. Grillo explain the current litigation validity status of the SID to the high school student and principal? Number 21, is this type of after the fact marketing publicity a project that should be funneled and paid through the local chamber of commerce? Kindly inform the public when we could expect answers to the questions that Mr. Feld had submitted. Thank you and have a nice evening.
You're welcome. And thank you, Mrs. Urso. As we just stated, after the first part of the letter was read, we will review that. There are a number of questions in there, and we'll do our best to answer them as quickly as possible. Anybody else, Jesse, on there?
No additional hands raised.
Okay, so we will complete the public comment section. And Stephen, you're going to have to help me here. We're going into executive session at the end. We're just going to go through the meeting at this point.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, thank you. All right, we have the Township Committee report, Mr. Wasserman.
Yeah, thank you. Happy New Year to everybody. The start of the year has been very busy. I would say just some overview of what's going on in the township. My colleague Maggie Miggins is the new mayor. Diane Eglow is the deputy mayor, and I wish them both luck. In the past week, there's been there was a affordable housing presentation that was extensive and I would say very well attended. And I thought that was I thought the public got a lot out of that. I think it was very informative. In addition to that, we just had a flood mitigation public meeting, and where our new flood mitigation, our semi-new flood mitigation committee had a presentation before the public, and it was a very good exchange of ideas, and there was a very good presentation in terms of a number of the issues facing the township in terms of flood mitigation. The other thing I want to mention is that I'm very happy to report that our friend Carl Burwell from Garden State Hemp is reopening his business after a very hard rebuilding period. He went through a very tough time with his business. So I encourage everybody to drop into Garden State Hemp at 327.5 Millburn Avenue and say hello to him and wish him well.
Okay. Thanks, Richard. Next is Business Administrator's report. Jesse,
Yes, I have one report. At the December 21st Township Committee meeting, the Township Committee awarded a contract to MKW and Associates to design a gateway to Taylor Park off of Millburn Avenue. We are in the process right now of getting that project going. There's just a couple, just waiting back for some documents for the firm, but there's going to be a 6-month give or take design process that they're going to undertake. And I think it'll be of interest to the business community to follow. And just to piggyback off of Mr. Wasserman's comments, both the affordable housing session and the flood mitigation advisory meetings from this week are on YouTube for the public to view.
Perfect. Thank you. Jesse, is that gateway in the area where the gazebo is right now?
Yeah,
Or-
it's in the area where the gazebo is and the am I blanking? The rose garden. Yeah, that area.
Rose Garden. Got it.
And I just want to give a shout out to Jesse for his good work on this. He's been every time I see him, he's working on this project. So Jesse, thank you. And I will tell you that this project, has a lot of potential. It's going to, potentially it's going to open the whole park for our residents. I think it's going to also revitalize that section of Millburn Avenue, and I'm very excited about about its potential. So I just wanted to throw that in.
Thank you.
Yeah, if I could have one comment. Sorry, Michael, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
It's okay.
I think we had music played there a few times right at that entryway, right? So I wonder if the redesign, we could consider that to make us place, have power there maybe, or kind of keep in mind some entertainment space for future use. Maybe it's already on the agenda, but
It is.
oh, awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, it's one of the ideas that we discussed. And Steve or Mr. Grillo also serves on that subcommittee. And so he's been following these updates as well and providing the SID's input. And as part of the firm's design process, there are going to be 2 public information sessions, one in the first month or 2 once they get going, and then one later once they have schematic designs. And so as that process continues, I'll keep the board appraised.
Great.
Thanks,
Thank
Jesse.
you.
Okay, well, Stephen, you're up next with the treasurer's
That's
report.
perfect. Perfect timing. Thank you. And Happy New Year to everybody. This is a treasurer's report. It's good because what's included in the packet is year-end numbers, plus we have a fresh new budget document that which you've all seen before. But the budget report that we have in there was January 7th, 2022. So it's as of that date. In the bank, we have $21,076.52. So as shown on this, and as you remember, our total revenue, our total budget for last year was $215,839.43. Where we ended up, if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, the actual year-end expense was $197,199.13. So we were kind of projecting about a $10,000 carryover. I think we did a little better than that. I think it's approximately $14,000 that we can bring into our 2022 budget. Also attached then is our 2022 operating budget. Just to remind everybody, the total revenue now is $273,375 even. And then you'll see how we've broken that out. Again, there's nothing new here, and it does not yet reflect any expenses, but that's like our fresh new budget for the year. Any questions? Great, thanks.
Nope. Thank you, Stephen. Next is Ryan Cooper, our attorney's report.
Thank you. So
The report.
I don't have a report this evening. If there are any questions from the board that I'm able to answer in open, I'm happy to do so.
Anybody have any burning questions for Ryan? Okay, if not, we will keep moving. Executive Director report, Steve Grillo, you're up.
Thank you, Chairman. A few items that I just want to bring everyone up to date on. The first is a recap of small business season. That was what we named the marketing and promotions effort from Small Business Saturday after Thanksgiving to really January 1st. In terms of events and performances, we had a DJ downtown on Small Business Saturday. We did have an appearance in some child-friendly activities with the Grinch, both downtown and at Taste Buddy on Upper Millburn Avenue. And then we had an appearance as well as some hot cocoa and snacks with Santa at the Bagel Pantry on Upper Millburn Avenue and at the Book House. We also had roaming musicians on various days, including the Navasink Brass, a ukulele band, and we had acoustic guitar to accompany Santa. So that was really terrific. In terms of marketing, we had a large banner across Main Street and 3 smaller banners in downtown as well as Upper Millburn Avenue. We had daily social media posts for 45 days and constant reposting support for our merchants. We had a 5-video series that was contracted with NJ Hipsterbia. And so that highlighted the 5 different districts that was posted on Instagram, Facebook, and now it's available on our YouTube channel as well. So if you haven't seen them, please go to the Explore Millburn YouTube channel. They're really well done. And NJ Hipsterbia is a local marketing and promotions group, and we're really excited to work with them. The weekend warm-up, that our newsletter that goes out each Thursday. During the period of small business season, we reached an average of 2,045 people with an average of 894 unique opens per email, with an average open rate of 43.7%. That is compared to 25% for the average for nonprofits, according to MailChimp. So our mailings were opened at almost twice as much as the average. On Instagram, since November 14th, we've gained 155 new followers. It's a 7.5% increase from the month prior. That is a total of 1,598 followers. So we are almost at 1,600 followers. We reached almost 6,500 total accounts, shared 59 posts, 459 stories, and 17 videos or reels. In terms of promotional activities, our winter windows had 13 participating businesses, and special thanks to our volunteer artists from Millburn High School, One River Studio, the Art Advisory Committee. Our snowflake scavenger hunt had 21 participating businesses, and we awarded 5 gift card prizes to various businesses of the winner's choice. We were a little constrained in terms of planning, although it may not seem that way from that report, but Hurricane Ida certainly occupied a lot of our time in September and October. But we think we did a very good job this year. We have a lot of really important lessons learned, and we look forward to, we're already beginning to plan for 2022's small business season. So thank you all for your support, especially our events and marketing committees. You guys were tremendously helpful. Any questions on small business season?
I
Okay.
don't have questions. Anybody have any questions? All right. Thank you, Steve.
I've got a couple more items.
Oh,
so
sorry. I
the-
thought you were taking.
No, just that one. That was only one part.
Okay.
Also, for those of you that use the parking app for town, I worked with Jesse and the vendor. And now when you purchase a parking space anywhere in town, the link to our Explore Millburn webpage pops up. So folks, when they buy a spot, can then go to our page. It's not the most technically advanced parking app that we had hoped, but right now it's the best technical aspect for us. So we're hoping that when people purchase parking spaces, they'll visit our website and get an idea of what's going on. I stole that idea from Karen Demian, who's on our call. She's actually the executive director of Downtown Cranford. She's been a really great partner of ours, really super supportive. And in a couple of weeks, we're actually going to be having a kickoff meeting for 12 other executive directors of SIDS in Union and Essex County. And so we're really excited to put that meeting together and bring in some of the really good SID minds to hopefully coordinate some ideas and get some tips and tricks as well and share our experiences. So I want to thank Karen for that. A quick run through of upcoming events and meetings. We have a Realtor Roundtable scheduled for Wednesday, the 19th. That's going to be with some of the local commercial brokers in town. I'm eager to find out some of their thoughts on trends in the community and hopefully continue to build some relationships. And that'll be an ongoing process, probably on a quarterly pace. As Richard mentioned, Garden State Hemp is reopening. We have worked with our friends at the Chamber to schedule a reopening event that will be at 12 p.m. on the 19th as well. So if you are in town at noon on the 19th, please come down to visit. We're going to do a large property owner summit. That'll be on the 25th. Some of the major property owners in town have agreed to meet with us and start the process of discussing some of the issues and concerns that they face as large owners. And hopefully we can expand that group going forward as well. We have a merchant mixer that we just scheduled today. That's going to be on February 1st at the new store that just opened on Upper Millburn Avenue, Tonino Cigars. It's a really beautiful cigar lounge. And so some of the marketing and coordination will go out on that shortly, but that's going to be February 1st. And then the last thing that I want to mention is on February 3rd, we will be hosting a Sid Information Session, one at noon and one at 6 p.m. That is for folks that are interested in learning more about the Sid, because that February 3rd is right about when they'll be receiving the letters regarding their assessment. And so I thought it would be a good time once folks get that letter to be able to learn more about what we're doing. And I did confirm with the tax assessor's office today that the letter that the property owners will be receiving will also include a link to both of those Zooms. So anybody that's being served with that assessment letter will also be getting information about how to attend that program. And so that's it for the next few weeks. The advisory committee, that is something that we need to establish via our bylaws. We had agreed that in our bylaws that it was going to be ideally 3 business or property owners from each of the 5 districts for a total of 15. I've gotten about 8 folks that have volunteered to serve at this point. I'm going to continue doing outreach, and hopefully by our February meeting, I'll have a full slate that we can review. The board is required by the bylaws to vote on that committee. So I would like to bring you a full slate by our February meeting. So if anybody knows anyone that might be interested in serving in this volunteer capacity, have them please reach out to me. But we do have a nice turnout so far of folks that want to volunteer. And then the last thing on my end is the conflict of interest forms that are in your packets. I'll defer to Ryan on this, but I think it's a good practice to have everybody review and execute these on an annual basis. So Ryan, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I think, review the form. I agree. It is a good practice. As a general summary, it prevents and creates a compliance mechanism to ensure that there's not self-dealing inadvertently, and if there is, that it's disclosed. So it's a good protection for the board, for the organization, for the township.
So if you all would sign those and send them in to me via scan and email, that would be great. And then I'll have all of them on file. And so unless there's any other questions, that's my report for the month. Michael, you're on mute.
Thank you, I sure am. I was off it the whole time and I coughed and I forget it. All right, potential action items. We have 3. First, we have bylaws revisions, which we have discussed at prior meetings. This is attachment 5 in your meeting packet. Ryan, if you could just help me, because I know we've gone through a few discussions on this. Is this for us to pass to submit to the township committee at this point?
That's correct. So just to
Okay.
refresh everyone's recollection. So on December 16th, a motion was made to adopt these bylaws pursuant to the article that governs any amendment to the bylaws, Article 14. I believe it's probably 13 in the track changes document you have. Excuse me. That motion needs to be made. There must be at least a 10-day period before that motion can be voted on in a subsequent meeting. So that is where we are today. We are at that subsequent meeting that was set by the chair. And so actually, I should emphasize that not only was the motion made, it was duly seconded. So at this point in time, it would be appropriate for the chair to call for a roll call vote of those amendments. And should those amendments be approved, it would then be referred to the township committee. Okay.
So I would ask for a roll call. And again, Ryan just stated very clearly what what we are adopting here, which has already been moved and seconded at the December meeting. These are bylaws revisions, which will be then sent upon adoption to the township committee. Tracy, if you could do a roll call, please.
Tracy Katz-Levine, yes. Andrew Morgan,
Yes. Michael
Parlavecchio,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Yes,
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
So that's moved, and this will now make its way to the township committee.
Yes, just for the record, I will provide that to the clerk tomorrow so that it can be included in the packet for the meeting on the 18th. Actually, no, it can't be. That's it's too close. It'll have to go to their next meeting.
Yeah.
But I will provide it to the clerk.
Great. Thank you. All right, our next item for action is selection of officers. This is for our 2022 board positions and committees. And I can go through this. This would be to approve our executive officers, which are being proposed to remain the same. Myself as chairman, Stephen Weiner as treasurer, Tracy Castlevine as secretary. So let's see, should we take this as an individual vote for her, I guess, per position? Probably, or are we taking?
I'm sorry.
Slate?
Did you, I'm sorry, I would recommend calling motion for nominations to be seconded and then a vote for each, even if there is consensus.
Okay.
That's the procedure I'd recommend following.
All right. So first, we'll, I guess I can do this. We'll start as a nomination for chairman. Anybody can make a nomination for that, please.
Nominate Michael Carlovecchio.
I would
Second.
I would second that.
Okay. So that's been moved in second. Are there any other nominations for chairman? Okay. If not, the nominations are closed. Can we have I guess now I can take a motion to approve that, to approve myself. This is always awkward, approving yourself. Approve yourself as chairman. Have a roll call, Tracy, please.
Jemana's not here. Tracy Katz-Levine, yes. Andrew Morgan,
Yes.
Michael Parlavecchio,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
Thank you all very much. Now we would have nominations for treasurer. I'd like to nominate Stephen Weiner, who's done a great job this year. Can I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Richard Wasserman. Are there any other nominations for treasurer? Seeing none, we'll close the nominations. And can we have a roll call, please? Ms.
Tracy
Katz?
Katz, yeah, Tracy Katz-Levine, yes. Andrew Morgan,
Yes.
Michael Parlavecchio,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
I'm not so sure. I'm kidding. Yes.
Great. And finally, for secretary, I'd like to have a nomination for secretary, please.
Nominate.
Go,
Go ahead.
go,
Go ahead,
you do
Andrew.
it. No.
You do it. You got it.
Tracy.
Tracy Katz-Levine. Can we have a second, please?
Second.
Wonderful. We have a motion and second by Rich Wasserman. Any other nominations for secretary? Seeing none, we'll close the nominations. And Tracy Katz-Levine, can you take a roll call for yourself?
Tracy Katz-Levine, yes. Andrew Morgan,
Yes.
Michael Parlavecchio,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
Terrific. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Stephen, Tracy, and thank you all. Committee assignments, we don't need to, I can read them to you if you'd like, or Steve, do you want to handle that?
Sure. I do have a question for Ryan. The bylaws do require a resolution to codify these. Would it be appropriate to discuss and assuming there's an approval to then have a formal resolution at our February meeting?
You're on mute, Ryan.
Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, read and speak.
Yep.
It's not a lawyer's forte. In short, you can make a motion. That is a resolution. The minutes will be the memorialization. If you want to, again, transcribe that motion in paper in yet another form, that's fine. So a motion at this meeting duly seconded and approved will be sufficient.
Okay, very good. So then I will read that. The committees, we have 4 standing committees as required by the bylaws. The events committee is proposed to be Jumana Culligan, Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg, and Ashley Schultz. The marketing, branding, and placemaking committee, Jumana Culligan, Tracy Katz-Levine. And then also a member of that committee is the marketing director, who is yet to be hired. At this point, it is Marla Itzkin. As we all know, she's leaving at the end of the month, so that position will be supplemented by the replacement. Business advocacy, Jackie Benjamin Lieberberg, Ashley Schultz, Andrew Morgan, and governance, Michael Parlavecchio and Stephen Weiner. Chairman, I would ask for a motion as I have read those committees.
Okay, can we have a motion to adopt those committee members?
Motion?
And a second, please.
Second.
We're moved by Richard Wasserman, second by Stephen Weiner. Roll call, please.
Tracy Katz-Levine, yes. Andrew Morgan,
Yes.
Michael Parlavecchio,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
Terrific. Thank you all. At this point, we will be taking a motion at 6:15 to enter into executive session. Purpose of our executive session is for the Board of Trustees training session, which includes legal advice. So I'd ask for, and Stephen, timing wise, we're okay to start?
Yes,
training?
absolutely. Our consultant, Sharmila, is on right now. She's been watching. She wanted to see what one of our board meetings is like. And so once you as a body approve this resolution, there's a second link that has been shared with all of you. So and Jesse, correct me if I'm wrong on the technical side, everyone will leave this meeting and then use that second link to enter the executive session.
And just for if there's anybody watching, when we come back into open session, we are not taking any action on anything. We'll just open to adjourn.
That is correct.
And that would be.
That's actually a question for Steve, because I think I have to end the meeting in order to open the other meeting on this computer.
Ryan, is there any issue ending this meeting through Zoom and then opening it again when we come back into open? I think we're technically limited, I suppose.
So that's correct, Jesse. There's no way to leave this meeting open.
No, because I can't have 2 different Zooms open on the same computer.
Got it. All right. So I'll just reiterate, as the chair said, there will be no formal action taken after the board returns to open session.
Adjourning in absentia. Okay, so this would be business at hand. Can I have a motion to go into executive session again for the board's training session, which will include legal advice? Motion, please.
So moved.
Moved by Andrew Morgan. A second, please.
Second.
Second by Stephen Weiner. Tracy, can we have a roll call?
Yes, Tracy Katz-Levine. Yes, Andrew Morgan,
Yes.
Michael Parlavecchio,
Yes.
Ashley Schultz,
Yes.
Richard Wasserman,
Yes.
Stephen Weiner.
Yes.
That's moved. Again, we're heading into executive session. When we come out, for technical reasons, we're unable to rejoin this meeting. But
If I can interrupt you for a second, Michael, I apologize.
Sure.
But something occurred to me. So this meeting, just so for the record, this meeting is currently adjourned.
Yeah.
And the board will convene. It is not convened. The board will convene and closed. However, Jesse, I was going to ask if I were an attendee and I tried to get into this meeting after it was ended, I would get that Zoom box where you're waiting. Would I get the message? Do you know where I'd get be told that I'm waiting for someone to let me in?
Yeah, so it would tell you that you're waiting to be let in, and
Great.
then, yeah.
Great. So any member of the public that does wish to witness the board come back from closed, can just seek to get readmitted to the meeting. They may have to wait a significant amount of time, but when the meeting, the board will reconvene at that link after this closed session is over. And again, solely for the purposes, as the chair said, for adjourning.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
now we will we'll exit this meeting and go to the other one, go to the
See you all
executive session.
shortly.
Thank you.
Thank you.